Welcome to Crash Archives, where we dive into the details of some of the most shocking and unforgettable stories from around the world. Today, we're bringing you a disturbing incident that unfolded at a performance in downtown Dallas, a story that raises questions about mental health, violence, and the safety of public events. Let's get into it. On a typical afternoon, a matinee performance of The Bitches at the Black Academy of Arts and Letters was underway in downtown Dallas, Texas. The audience had gathered to witness a live performance by the talented singer Jada Arnell Thomas, a rising star known for a powerful performance and presence. But what should have been a celebration of art quickly turned into a tragic and violent event. After the show, as many artists do, Jada took the time to meet with fans, signing autographs, interacting with those who had come to support her. But during a seemingly innocent moment, something went terribly wrong. Authorities say a woman later identified as 26-year-old Michael Williams suddenly approached Jada. Without warning, Williams put out a weapon and fired. The bullet struck Jada Thomas in the chest. Panic spread through the crowd as people scrambled for safety. Emergency services were immediately called, and Jada was rushed to the hospital, where she would fight for her life. Jada, who's just 26 years old, is now recovering from her injuries, but the incident has left many questions unanswered. Why would something like this happen? Was there a personal connection between the suspect and the victim? How could a moment of joy turn into a violent crime? Dallas police quickly responded to the scene, but the shooter had already fled the area. For several tense hours, authorities worked to track down the suspect, who was later arrested at a hotel in the city. Michael Williams, the woman behind the shooting, was taken to custody and charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. At the time of her arrest, police stated that Williams was suffering from what they described as a mental health episode. This piece of information has added another layer to the already complex nature of the case. Was this a premeditated act, or was it a moment of impulsive violence triggered by a deeper, untreated mental health crisis? Williams, like Jada, is also 26 years old. He's currently being held in Dallas County Jail with a bail set at $200,000. But here's where it gets even more troubling. Officials say it is not yet known whether Williams and Thomas had any prior connection to each other. Did they know each other personally, or was this a random act of violence? Now, we're left to piece together the fragments of this tragic event. A woman who sang with passion on stage now finds herself fighting for her life in a hospital bed. A woman who once lived a seemingly normal life now faces charges that could change the course of her future forever. But here's the reality. No one truly knows what happened in the mind of Michael Williams that day. Mental health episodes are complex, unpredictable, and often misunderstood. Could this act of violence have been prevented, and with proper mental health care and intervention, could it have been a cry for help, or was it simply the result of an unexplainable lapse in judgment? Regardless of the motivations behind the crime, one thing is clear. The impact of this tragic event reaches far beyond the two individuals directly involved. Jada's fans, her family, and her loved ones will forever remember the moment their world shifted, while the Dallas community grapples with the shock of the shooting. While Jada Thomas is still recovering, we hope she finds peace and healing. And as for Michael Williams, we hope that she too receives the mental health support she needs, because at the end of the day, no one should be left to fight their battles alone, especially when it comes to something as important as mental health. Thank you for joining us on this heartbreaking but important journey. Stories like this remind us of the fragility of life and the need for compassion. Stay tuned for more stories, more details, and more discussions on Crash Archives. We'll see you in the next video. Love.